Division. The Family and Community Engagement Division has a mission to really support families and staff and students' specialized academic, social, emotional needs, and to promote self-determination, equitable opportunities, which we're going to talk a lot about today, and authentic inclusion. So we're really glad to have Special Olympics with us today to talk about some of those things. This presentation is being recorded. The session's also monitored live through YouTube. So use the communication section on YouTube to ask questions, and our moderator will share it with the presenters. Virtual learning opportunities can never guarantee confidentiality, so please don't share any identifiable or specific information about your family or loved one. If you require additional assistance, please let us know in the chat or the moderator on YouTube. Closed captioning has been activated, and a recording of this learning will be available immediately after this presentation. So some upcoming opportunities while we're winding down for this semester. We still have a couple of opportunities left for families. We have the last Family Cafe, which is December 4th. We start up again next semester on February 5th, March 5th, and April 3rd, and that will move to our South Tech location. We also have our hub huddles where the Community Action Agency of St. Louis comes and helps with things like utility and rental assistance. We generally have that one Friday a month, the next being this Friday. We have one in December, January, February, and as you can see on the screen, all the way till June. Our next lunch and learn after this Special Olympics is January 15th. We'll have the Department of Vocational Rehabilitation coming. We also have DMH coming and Metro or Bi-State about transportation options coming next semester. So join us for one of those. Our Family Leadership Institute is wrapping down for this semester, but applications and registration are open for our spring semester, which starts on April 10th. It's 3 evenings, and families really get an opportunity to learn together in a supportive community with other families and learn how to really advocate for their students. Our sign language class is coming up too next semester. It starts on February 4th, so look for that as well. It is a continuation of first semester's sign language class. And this is just our calendar of events. So you can see we have lots of opportunities coming up second semester, so join us live or come back to the YouTube channel and watch some of our opportunities. Now I'd like to introduce our Special Olympics. I'm going to stop sharing and let them share. Carrie Townsend and Jocelyn Deal, who run our Special Olympics program here at Special School District. I'll let you guys take over.
Awesome. Thank you. Jocelyn, do you want me to share or do you want to share?
Go ahead, Carrie.
Okay. As long as I can find my share button here. Oh, here we are. Okay. Oops. Sharing is not turned on, it says on mine. Do you have any, are you able to show, Jocelyn, or no? Oh, now I can. Take it back. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I want to introduce myself. My name is Carrie Townsend. I am our Special Olympics facilitator for Special School District. I do work for Special School District and coordinate and organize all of the Special Olympics activities that take place during the course of the school day. And do you want to introduce yourself, Jocelyn?
And my name is Jocelyn Deal. I am a regional director for Special Olympics in the St. Louis metro area office. And part of our area, of course, is Special School District, but I also serve our school age athletes and our adult age athletes in the 8 counties in and around St. Louis. So Carrie and I work very closely together on all of our Special Olympic programming, and we're happy to have everyone on this to educate you a little more and let you know what Special Olympic opportunities are available to these families in the county.
Wonderful. So we had a video that we were just going to play. It's just a probably about a minute or two video that we feel is pretty impactful and kind of shows the importance of Special Olympics.
Once everything's perfectly organized, I'll start working on my thesis. Grammarly will ensure you feel confident.
Sorry, ads. Now, do you guys hear volume? Okay. Do you hear sound? You don't hear sound?
No, we're not hearing.
So there's another setting, I think. Can't figure out how to turn on the sound. I will say the video doesn't really have any words. It's just kind of background music. So I'll try to get it on. But you'll get the okay, so it was a short video, but oh, see if I can get back here. Kind of shows the importance of you know, our peers alongside of our athletes and being able to participate and compete together. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what our mission statement was for Special School District. We vary a little bit from what Special Olympics Missouri's mission statement is, in that we're only serving students within our school day program that are served by Special School District. So if your child is receiving services through Special School District, we're providing sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic type sports to give them opportunities in their community to develop physical fitness, courage, and friendships with their athletes and their non-disabled peers. So like I said, again, we both have the same mission with Special Olympics. The only difference between if you're participating in the state program as opposed to the school-based program is that in SSD, the students must be receiving services through SSD. Our eligibility for our SSD program for Special Olympics, if a student does not have a cognitive diagnosis, a cognitive impairment, which would be Special Olympics requirements, then we require that it be a team-based decision on whether the child would benefit from the program. So although we say we best serve students served in a self-contained setting, we do offer those services to other students as well, as long as that's a team-based decision. So that should be the teacher, the parent, the child, the school administrator in the building, all feel that that the child would benefit through participation in Special Olympics, and that they don't really have those opportunities to participate with their non-disabled peers outside of the school day. So if they're not being successful because there's not enough modifications or adaptations to participate with their peers outside of the school day, then we feel that Special Olympics would be a good fit for those individuals. So some procedures that we have for participating in the school-based program within SSD, the teachers or a staff member from the school building must serve as the coach. So we do want to make sure that our coaches are trained. They understand the rules to the sports, how the programs work, what paperwork needs to be submitted, make sure all the documentation is in line. So therefore, any staff from the building can serve as a coach. They come through a training within Special School District. In order to receive those trainings, they are also trained in each sport specifically as well. Once they've attended their sports, they also will require the students to fill out a Special School District Special Olympics health history form, which is just some background information, and then a parent's signature signing off that they understand that their child will be participating in that school-based program. Within our program, within SSD, we allow our students to participate, or our schools to participate in 3 sports per school year. And that's really decided by the coach. So the coach goes about that in different ways, whether they survey the students. Some of our sports are set up differently based on the age level and what skill sets are best for them. So the teachers and the coaches will determine that, and then they will register for their sports. We offer 9 different sports within Special School District's program. You can see those on the screen. And then, of course, Special Olympics Missouri outside of the school day will offer a few additional sports than that. So I don't know, Jocelyn, if you want to talk a little bit about the sports that you guys offer?
Of course. Just to piggyback on what Carrie has already said, we are serving students and those in the community that have intellectual disabilities or cognitive delays. And if your child through the special school district program is loving what they're doing in the school day, our programming can work hand in hand with what's already going on with SSD. So as you see by this list, we offer a couple additional sports to what a special school district is able to offer during the school day. So if your child is interested in trying something that's not available to them through school, you've got my contact information there, and this would be an additional opportunity to what they're already receiving through school. Or if they're graduating and transitioning out of the SSD program, then this would be a great option for any of our athletes age 8 and over. So we have sports available to all ages and all abilities, and all of our practice time is outside of the school day, so evenings and weekends. So if that's easier for parents to transport to and be able to see your child compete, then this is what's available to you. And we're happy to offer that in addition to what Special School District has going.
Awesome. So if parents are interested in getting involved with Special Olympics outside of the school day, Jocelyn, they can just email you or call you at the number provided, and then you can provide them with information in their area.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So Jocelyn talked a little bit about programming within their program for athletes that are 8 years of age and older. So Special Olympics considers students under the age of 8 to be considered young athletes. Young athletes is an early childhood play program for children with and without intellectual disabilities, again, between the ages of around 2 to 7 years old. It introduces basic sports skills like running and kicking and throwing, and gives families and teachers that opportunity in their community. So we offer our young athlete programs within all of our sports. So if we go back to all of the sports that we offer, those 9 sports during the school day, we do open that up for athletes all the way from around 4 years of age is typically where our kindergartners start and go up through age 21. So we have a young athlete program that focuses just on those guys that are 4, 5, 6, 7 years old at each of our events, as well as some higher level competition. I believe outside of the school day, they run some young athlete programs that focuses just on those early childhood opportunities. We also have a few young athlete programs that we're partnering with Melville High School and Lindenwood University, where they're actually going to the early childhood centers, and the high school students or the university students are putting together some programming for our early childhood students in order to build those sports skills and concepts. So hopefully by the time they turn 8 years old and they enter into the traditional Special Olympics program, they've learned those basic skills and can transition a little easier. We do have some resources available online that you guys are welcome to check out here through the link. And then again, if you have a student that's not part of the SSD program, that is a young athlete that you'd like to get involved with Special Olympics and some type of young athlete, I would encourage you to contact Jocelyn, and she could let you know what programs were available outside of the school day. We'd also like to talk a little bit about unified sports. So unified sports has really become a big push in the St. Louis area. Oh, probably I would say 8, 9 years ago. It's been going on all over the country for many, many years, but it's really gaining a lot of popularity. And the concept behind unified sports is that we're wanting to bring students with and without disabilities together to compete and to play together on the same team. We just feel like it's given, there's so many studies that have been done to kind of show the importance and the progress that our athletes are making when they are competing with their with their peers without disabilities. So again, as I go back to talk about our 9 sports that we offer, I would say almost all 9 sports, we offer a unified level of competition. That being said, a lot of times within the school-based program, we're bringing students together with volunteers from the school that's hosting the event, and the gen ed students without disabilities at the host school might be partnering with our athletes, and they'll play in a unified division where they will play on a team with our athletes. The last several years, we've started a more traditional unified program for bowling, for bocce, and for cornhole, in which at the schools, we are having athletes come along with their peers without disabilities in their building to actually compete and play together on the same team. So this way, these guys are being able to practice and play together at school, and then they're getting an opportunity to come and put those skills together with their team and compete with their school against other schools in the St. Louis County area. So we talk about unified sports. Unified champion schools might be a term that you are beginning to hear around the schools, and schools are receiving this recognition. The whole idea behind the Unified Champion School strategy is that we're promoting that social inclusion through intentionally planned and implemented activities, and then hopefully making that system-wide changes within the building that just kind of naturally happen. That Unified Champion School strategy is really a 3-component model, and those 3 components are inclusive youth leadership, whole school engagement, and unified sports and activities. As we look at what those 3 pillars mean, inclusive youth leadership, we're looking at opportunities to bring our students with disabilities and students without disabilities together in the school building to take on some leadership roles. So whether that be on the student council, or some schools have like coffee carts and coffee businesses. Sorry if it's a little loud. We're at the Bocce Club with a group of students, and they're just heading out the door. But again, that leadership opportunity of just kind of having our students with and without disabilities come together in those roles. Whole school engagement, we're looking at schools to just have a goal to generate excitement within the building. So whether that be sometimes we have like a spread the word to end the word campaign. Some of our students, as they head out to Special Olympics, everybody in the school, all the other students will make signs, and they'll have a little pep rally, and maybe they'll gather in the gymnasium before they leave, and they'll cheer on our athletes as they head out to events. Some schools participate in our polar plunge that is raising money for Special Olympics. And so again, anything that we're bringing that whole school together to talk about inclusion would be what would meet those goals there for whole school engagement. And then unified sports and activities, again, as we talk about not only sports, but there are lots of schools that are doing activities, like they're having a unified drum club or a gardening club or a karaoke club. So it doesn't necessarily always have to be in regards to sports, but again, we are offering those unified activities in sports through our Special Olympics program, but then schools are also starting up their own clubs and unified activities in the building. Jocelyn, would you have anything that you'd like to add to young athletes or to unified sports or unified activities?
Just to echo that these programs are working in conjunction with each other. So within the SSD school day, like Carrie mentioned, there are some programs running in the Parkway and Melville school districts. And then I am working to provide an opportunity in the community at least once a semester or over the summer, where anyone from any district is welcome to join a young athlete program. So this semester, we're running a program at Whitfield School. The volunteers are coming from Whitfield School to help run those activity stations for our young athletes. And they're housing the program on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. So the young athletes and their parents or guardians are able to easily get there and enjoy. It's kind of a social and networking opportunity for the parents that are there, as well as getting some of the kids of that 2 to 7-year-old age range a little more socialized and working through these different activity stations to prepare them for sport. We also offer unified programming. And for our sports that are outside of the school day, a unified partner could be anyone from a parent or sibling. For golf, for example, like you see in this picture, a lot of dads are unified partners with their son or daughter. And that's a fun way to compete together and socialize with other teams of a similar makeup. But for all of the sports that we offer, there is a unified component. And that's a way for us to integrate all members of the community and be as inclusive as possible. So that thread is running through all of these programs.
Awesome. Just these are our unified champion schools as of this school year. So this is something that each year the schools sign a contract with Special Olympics Missouri to commit to trying to work on those 3 pillars and integrate those pillars into their curriculum and into their school day. So you can see a list of schools that are already actively involved. And again, we are actively trying to engage and incorporate other schools as well. And I believe that,
Carrie,
yep.
a question was posed, what happens if a school doesn't have a coach, or if parents aren't seeing their school on this list, how would they go about requesting those services?
Sure. So I would encourage you to talk to your school administrator within special school district. You can always reach out to me directly as well, and I can reach out to the director or the area coordinator in your building if you're not sure who that might be, and let them know that there is an expressed interest and put them in contact with the correct person.
Another question is, are there volunteer opportunities, especially for the ones outside of the school day, Jocelyn, for people to volunteer to be a unified member?
Absolutely. Both Carrie's staff and my staff are very small, and our volunteers are really the backbone of running all of these events. So we're lucky to have a captive audience in some of the host schools to volunteer for the special school district competitions. And we do open up a lot of our competitions to volunteer community helpers for things that are going on outside of the school day. I do have a link that I can put in the chat for those volunteer opportunities. And we're doing everything from a top golf competition in the next couple of weeks to a big basketball tournament in January, for which we're looking for volunteer help from the community. So you can go onto that website and check the location that's available and the time slots open. And hopefully we have some engagement if you're interested in seeing those events at work.
Wonderful. And then just we saw the list of schools that participate. So are the Special Olympics Missouri, are those offered across the district as well, across the St. Louis County area?
So in terms of the schools that you might have seen that I had up here, these are our unified champion schools. So these are ones that have signed that contract, committed to that. In terms of schools that are participating within our Special Olympics program, we probably have about 250 schools. Every school district in St. Louis County has at least one school participating. So just because they're not on this list that you're seeing here doesn't mean that they are not participating, because I would say we have a lot, like I said, almost 250 schools that are participating. And so then in terms of the sports outside of the school day, was that your question? Like what is offered outside of school?
Well, just that it was offered across St. Louis County.
And I think, Jocelyn, that would be more like outside of the school day. It depends on which area you're in and where the programs are offered, or who's coaching in certain areas, correct, as to what sports are available?
Sure. St. Louis County is one of the 8 counties I mentioned that we do offer programming within. And once we work together, I will help you find a team that's already running and offering the sports in which your child is interested and match you up with that coach.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Is there any other questions that might have come up?
I think you answered all of the ones that I've seen. So we want to thank everyone for attending our Lunch and Learn. If you want more information about the Family and Community Engagement, you can go to our webpage, ssdmo.org/face. You can email us at face@ssdmo.org, or you can give us a call. Our main number for the FACE division is 314-989-8460. We'd love to get some feedback regarding today's experience, so you can take a picture, use that QR code to provide additional questions or feedback and additional opportunities that you might be interested in us hosting on Lunch and Learn. So thank you again for joining us today. Jocelyn and Carrie, thank you so much, not only for joining us for the Lunch and Learn, but for all you do. I love Special Olympics. I got to do bowling on Halloween, and it was so much fun. So I really appreciate all the work that you and your very small teams do to support all of our students. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, do I just hang up? I don't know. I can't tell. But
The recording stopped.
it did stop?
Yeah.
Okay. How many people were on that call? Do we know? I couldn't tell.
Wait, we need to get off. Hold on.
Oh,
Still on. Wave 2.
wow.
Bye, Kathy. See you later. Good luck
Bye,
tonight.
Kat. Thanks.
No, next week. That's right. We'll be back on the 4th. This will be so exciting. I'm so excited. My wife.
I don't do that. We were up late too.
Yeah.
It's contagious.